This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your live market chat for Monday, December 4th, 2023, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Running a little late, trying to get things put together. But yeah, let's do the darn thing. Hopefully you're having a good day. We got to talk about today's action. Remember, expect the unexpected. Sometimes traps happen. Things don't always play out like you occur. I'm watching some things very closely, and people, again, they're kind of shell-shocked that the market's down and they think it's going to rally. And the trash is floating last, which it naturally does. And somehow they think this is still bullish. Let's talk about it. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. If you have any questions about real estate, whether you're trying to buy a house, sell a house, looking for investment property, do not hesitate to reach out. Use the Calendly link in the description. Let me know how I can help. I'm telling you, I've been trying to advise a few folks on situations lately. All of them are unique. All of them could use a little bit of tweaking advice because, again, the housing market is not good for sellers right now. No bueno. Hopefully it's clear as day. You know that. If you're not paying attention to the housing market, no worries. Maybe you're renting, looking to buy. Maybe you just don't care. Maybe you just trade to trade. Either way, holler at your boy. If you have any questions, always here to help. So what are the first things we're looking at? A lot of things. I would actually start with, now a lot of people are going to be like, what are you looking at, Dan? It's actually gold. It is actually gold. Now look at the 10-minute. Check this out. Pre-market jumps up to 193.60. I think gold in general got up to new highs, obviously. Look at today's action. Gold has been leading higher. Look at this dumper. Imagine if you bought gold, and this is where traps happen, and you're like, well, it'll probably get back up to the highs, right? It'll get back up to new highs. I'll just hold. Oh, man, this is how they trap you, and this is where gold might be the example of what's going to happen all in the market. Again, we know things are getting much worse, but the market sometimes can do things longer than people expect before the market reacts. Right? As Livermore says, the market, can you stay solvent longer than the market can be irrational? Good point, right? That's a fact. So where we're at, and again, how's that really back to gold? Sorry. Look at what gold's doing. Clearly gold's been leading up, right? Bitcoin leading up, right? Let me pull up the Bitcoin. Come on, refresh, bud. It's not at 38,000 unless it happened to dump real quick when I wasn't paying attention. Really? You're going to slow roll me? I thought I had gig internet. Clearly not. Oh, you're not Oh gosh, all of you guys are playing games? Natural gas? How about you? No. But anyway, come on. All right, there we go. Bitcoin breaking out. Curious to see if it holds, right? Like zoom out. Like we're at some major levels here, 42 grand. Again, congrats if you've been holding, but you've got, again, now you're, man, I hate drawing on this platform. Again, they kicked me off this platform. Dead Deeds is dead. I used to have free reign to, like, again, the volume price analysis room was the 5th largest room at one point, all from me posting, my friends, Eric Scott, all the few folks who were involved. And guess what? They shut us down because they didn't like how I said, you know what? MACD, RSI, oversold, overbought, it's all relative. There you go. So keep an eye on that. Let's see if the fibs now line up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Huh. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, it's just on the fly. We talked about oil, right? All over the place. I mean, the OPEC wants to cut. And the oil's still dumping. Keep that in mind. Oil, gold. Watching. Watching. What did we say about bonds? It's like, oh, well, what did we say? You can't see. Watch this area. It went ex-div. This one, 28 cents. Woohoo. Monthly. Keep an eye on it. trying to think if there's any other tops on XDiv. Not really, no. Keep it on, because rates go higher, something's wrong. Dollar. We said watch the 23 area. Sorry, 29. Watch the 50-day now. Silver, I mean, we talked about, like, I don't trust these until the Feds pivot. Goo! Pro gap. Smash. GDX. Hits. Back test the trend line. Oof. It's why the more you're up, the less you own. People are like, why do you say that? Because this shit, this kind of stuff happens every day. No, it happens. You get real cocky, comfortable. You think you can't go lower. You don't take any profits, and then your profits get taken. And now this is where the psychology gets hard. People are long going, I'll just wait. In the end, market maker's like, gotcha. Now they know you will now hold. You turned a trader into an investor. Trader into investor. That was a loud snap, wasn't it? My bad. I got to control my clapping. What has happened? What do we know about, like, say, the GDX, right? What happens when the market gets slammed? Miners get crushed. Will history repeat? Again, you have to assume such until it doesn't. Because, again, you don't want to bet off on the one-off. It's like betting on the end of the world. We're never betting on the market to go into zero. We don't do that. That'd be stupid. Right? Certain things are low probability. So watching gold. Is SPY a professional gap down? Now I know it looks bullish because it's green. It's holding 454, but haven't we talked about, like, blowout candles? I mean, I thought this would be one. Sometimes it's either chop top or blowout. I personally thought Friday's action was a bunch of shit. And I'm not surprised it rallied because, again, new money, end of the month, people chasing performance. New month, first day, the first. But I'm like, okay, retesting. Now, and again, the king of that was the IWM, which is holding up relatively well today. You got to give it credit. It said watch 187 on the daily on the weekend. So it could get there, like this box. Now, again, what has led up? Tech, metals, I mean, like gold, right? They've been leading up, right? Tech. Okay, so now the IWM's leading up. Trash floats last. Here's another piece of trash, which, again, I mean, this is so hard. I wish I could say I knew for sure. But look at the FAS. Or sorry, not FAS, but look at KRE. Junior banks. The biggest risk out there. Literally the biggest pieces of shit possible at this point. Rallying. A good buddy of mine was saying he was trading Peloton. Just curious to see what this looks like. Yeah. Crap rallies. Right? Okay. Again, IYT has been a big laggard. It's like, blowing out here? Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. Right? Like looking at FedEx, like, man, this thing should be up more. Okay. A lot of anomalies, because then you have gold, then we get into tech, right? The good old, your favorites. Gap down. 20-day hit. See, Amazon. I was told you can't short Amazon. Well, it's looking like it's pretty good, right? Megaphone pattern. Failure. CRM, again, I'm amazed this thing got up to 260, but not after I kind of drew a little trend line. And again, trend lines it's another pennant pattern. Gaps down today. Is that a monster trap? Guggenheim. We talked about the head and shoulders top. Look out below. Uh-oh. Meta. Really thought we'd get up to 340, 350. Uh-oh. Microsoft. Been on fire. Leading higher. Uh-oh. Now I know. Everyone's like, that's a doji, but hey, first dip gets bought. I don't know. MicroStrategy, we said this is Bitcoin proxy. I don't trust that gap is starting to look real ominous. We'll see what happens. Netflix, we said 480 backside of the trend line. Doink. Good old Tesla, piece of shiznit. Going nowhere. Again, this one's heavily shorted. I don't know if it's getting a little squeezed today in it, but whatever. SMH, breaking new lows. Intellectual property, sold this one at 44.45. Looking good. NVIDIA. Talked about double top, new lows. AM Dizzle, watch the 120s. Gap down, 20-day. Micron, we said there's a recurring pattern. The long wick trap pattern. The long wick track pattern reapplied. Taiwan Semi, when is the invasion? Let me know. Tech, okay. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, it's a good one, Jordan. I'm glad you said that. I forgot that. Zuckerberg has been, I don't know how many shares he sold, but he's been hefty. Let's just call it. He's been unloading, like quietly. Like, shh. Good call. AA, low of the day. Again, little long wick. I'm noticing a lot of nastiness. And again, in some of these traps, like JP Morgan, high of the day. Like, come on. Who's hiding in JP Morgan? Back testing the trend line again? Double tap. We'll see. Again, if you got any questions, thoughts, concerns, we talked about, again, if you've owned XOP short with the drip, patience, looking pretty good. Another pop and excuse my language. HYG, this was another mind bender. I'm like, who is buying corporate debt? It's the biggest risk out there next to government debt. It's probably first. Businesses will go out of debt. Junky ones will. Housing, look at this. Brutal. JP Morgan, yeah. That's a good one. Let's look at the 10-minute. Give me a second. Yeah, retesting the highs around the 157 strap on. Spelled backwards, no parts. This strap on spelled backwards equals no parts. And this. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to see. God, there's like a stupid little thing. What did that say? Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Anagram, whatever. Caterpillar. Sorry, not the 10-minute. You just pick and choose your battle. A lot of gap downs. And this is the thing. If the market rallies back into the close, okay, maybe we got some more days to chop. But I'm telling you right now, these pro gap downs, this is why you don't chase them, but they're very strong. And it's the same thing like warning people with good old gold. Good old gold. And again, I'm curious if Bitcoin follows. You get caught in this cycle, you don't sell. Look out below. Just makes sense. Talk about high volume highs and big candles at highs sometimes can be extremely bearish. Is it good? Again, IWM, yeah, it is. Yeah, we got close, 189. 70, yeah, pretty close. again, could it retest tomorrow on a turnaround Tuesday, like a deep one? I don't know. That's the question. Again, this is where the market, and I wish I could explain this to people because, again, I think most people have lived this, but they don't cognitively remember it. The market can sometimes do things in ways that things bigger than you expect. Does that make sense? You don't expect the best November in the history of Novembers or one of the top 3, but that always plays out sometimes. You don't expect the markets to do certain things. That's where discipline, that's where, again, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. And if you get stopped out, you just go, okay, all right, I don't need to jump right back in. Again, there's going to be opportunities. And that's why you wait for OPEXs or first and last 3 business days of the month. You used to say something doesn't make sense. Maybe there's some news coming. Maybe there's a Fed meeting. Maybe there's something you don't know. And sometimes waiting. So, yeah, what was the spot high of the night? Curious to remember what it was. unless someone knows offhand. I guess we can look it up if they'll let me. Okay. How about here? Can I change tickers? No. 2146. Okay. Huh. I'm just curious. Come on. Let me change it. Yeah, I want to pull it up on, because again, I don't have gold futures on eSignal. I don't really trade futures. I think they're kind of an endless gambling game. Can anybody let me switch? Nope. Someone gonna show me spot gold prices. I'd like to switch. Please. Anybody let me type something in? Okay, well, I guess not. Frustrating. Frustrating. All right. Well, let's go look at the Fed Fund futures, see if they've changed much. Okay, so now CUD is starting to peak up in January. Didn't see that earlier. Oh, March now, 50%. May's got to be interesting here. Yeah, I was going to say, the economy's slowing. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. I wish I could get gold. Let me. Why can't I change it? Am I like, don't. Why? Okay. Well, thank you for a 2146. Currently, spot price is what? 2 seconds. Let's go. Just pull up Kitco. So 2143, we're currently at, I'd imagine, somewhere near 2000. 2023. That's a fucking huge move, guys. It's a huge move. That's a huge move. Just talking. Was talking to my mom yesterday. She mentioned the economy is good. I was like, how? GDP, 5.2%, Eric. It's all government spending, but it's okay. Hey, health insurance premiums are down 34%. Everything's good. Everything's great, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is great. Wow. This is a bigger headline than most people understand. Like, groups of Chinese men crossing illegally in the United States, the border. Oh, God. What's going on at the border? Again, we'll go protect everyone else's border in the world, but not our own. Sorry. Moving on. They're suspending HELOCs. Why is that? Why would banks suspend HELOCs? Interesting. Guyana gold. Remember that from Sorry, this is funny. Yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh gosh. So much going on. People would be like, "Oh, you must be a extreme right winger," based on my Twitter. No, I just I see both left and right stuff. Extreme. It's funny. Yeah, I saw that Spotify cutting people. Sorry. Anyway, again, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, let me know. Oh, cable car goes berserk. Oh, shiznit. That'll probably be funny. The AA Bulver shows bears retreated by the most since April of 2009. Yet I see people scared to short. Okay. Again, I don't know what'll happen today, but if you told me, you put a gun to my head, you say, go long, take profits or short. First of all, I'd say take profits if you're long. Go short next. Go long, bullet in my head. No way. I will not survive that. So, again, I don't know. Spot price, that's a huge move in the gold. Any questions, thoughts, concerns on the Discord room? Nope. Everyone seems to be awesome. Now, again, I could wrap this up. This is about answering questions for you folks. Or me and Eric can just sit here and laugh about good old times. A lot of people said this has been a hard year. Again, it's been a trader's year. I think bulls and bears would argue it's been hard. Right? Look at this. Up. So someone was saying like, oh, it's been great to be a bull. I'm like, started out pretty crappy. Then you had a nice rally. Then it crapped. And then it popped. Then it crapped. Then it popped. Then it crapped. Then it crapped down. And then it rallied. I wouldn't say it's been good to be a bull or a bear exclusively. It's been a trader's market. That's what I would describe it. Shorting, longing, whatever. I mean, again, some might argue shorting better than longing, depending on certain names. Some people would say longing is better than shorting. Yeah, if you bought crap, it went lower. If you bought the Magnificent Seven, you had better opportunities. Overall, the market as a whole, kind of crappy. Will we not agree? Mm-hmm. Crappy means choppy. Right? TLT. Again, I'll be amazed if bonds continue rallying from here. But if they do, that means shit is hitting the fan. Excuse me when I say that. Like it means things are getting bad. They're getting bad out there. You know what I mean, Vern? Man, look at Freeport. Sorry, just kind of looking around. Some of these names are down 3. Like, boom, look at that gap. Novice gap trap. Oof. Oof. Just kind of looking around. Just looking around. Like, what's Boeing up to today? He's really been leading the Dow. Just chewing on some ice. Huh. Yeah, that's a big VAP zone. Yeah, how's Starbucks looking? This is short, like the easiest short that I missed. It's like, oh, brutal. I mean, again, this is like the most obvious thing. Like, people are going to cut off their coffee expenditures first if the market and the economy, let's say not the market, the economy's slowing. Like, what are you cutting out? That $6? Remember when it was like a $2 coffee, $3 coffee? Now it's a fucking $7 coffee. There's no inflation out there. Dude, it's crazy some of these videos you've watched of people comparing prices and the size shrinkflation. It's almost like shrinkflation is not priced into like the way that they calculate. They're like, oh, a bag of chips. Well, if it's 2 ounces less than the same price, look, it's the same price. A $9 coffee. Gosh, I mean, I like energy drinks. I like coffee too, but I don't pay $9 for a coffee. I'll get a mocha every once in a while. It's only 33,000. Ha! Is that what that is? Times 365? Really? Holy crap. I gotta look that up. What? How? Wait, what? I mean, I never even thought of it like that big. I mean, if you did 9 times, wow, 32.85, close enough. Oy, 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 ooh. So that's, yeah, cutting that habit quick. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Again, I'll take criticisms. I don't mind. Insight. Sell. This is tough. Wife works for this company. I have no inside knowledge to spare. She got a bunch of shares, and I was like, I don't know. She said, alert me when it's over 55. All right, my alert went off. Should I sell it all? I said, maybe sell some. I have no insider knowledge on this stock. I will say it looks like it's gotten absolutely beaten. And if it was going to rally, it better rally now. I don't know. Any thoughts? Again, I mean, it's a slow Monday, and this is the thing, the trap that is. A lot of folks, I know what they're doing. They're going, all right, I got to take I have some shorts on, I'm out. Okay. One day. You did all this work to be patient and get in on up here. One day. You're out. It's not like we have been chopping up here, so it's not like this is like this day and then down. No, this is a choppy, sloppy, toppy. Sloppy, choppy, toppy, like that. Sloppy, choppy, toppy. Say that 5 times fast. Sloppy, choppy, toppy. And as Eric said in the Discord room, it's kind of interesting if it happens over the first 3 business days of the month. Goes to show you what? Get the fuck out. You re-enter Goldman. That really pissed me off Friday on this thing. It's like that's a doji sandwich. They totally squeezed it. Now it's making a new high. And then it's going to give it all back. AKA bull trap. Just like down here. Bear trap. Makes a new low. Mother fudgers. Again, I wish it was easy. But this is my coach has always said, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Speaking of coaching, interesting thing that I've found myself into. I have hired a professional life coach, not in the sense of my life, just understanding, thinking how to grow as a person. He's an amazing person, making me see things that I can't see. Love the dude. Once a week. And again, I've never been much into like life coaching because therapists to me usually just let you talk about dumb shit. Hey, how do you feel, Dan? How do you feel, Eric? How do you feel, Jay? How do you feel, Scott? Great. What do you want to talk about today? No, I don't want to talk. I want someone to coach me to be better. What can I be doing? You know what he made me realize today? This morning? I am overworked. How many people can relate to this? You have a battery. Think of it like you're an iPhone and you're going short. No, I'm sorry. You're an Apple iPhone and you're on low battery mode and you're just going from charger to charger trying to recharge. Have you ever noticed that your decision-making skills seem to diminish, especially when trading, when your battery's low? Do you ever notice how hard it can be to like stop out or add to a trade or let the trade play out or make the right decisions? You ever just thought maybe yourself, it's just your battery? You know what to do. But are you stressed out from life, work? You overworked? You ever get a damn chance to recharge? You ever think to yourself like, holy shit, I'm just burned to a crisp? I'm fried. Do you ever find yourself avoiding things? Avoiding things that you know you should do? Avoiding trading? Avoiding following your rules? Avoiding putting up your Christmas ornaments, your trees? Avoiding hard conversations? Avoiding the car wash because you don't want to wash your damn car? I mean, you tell me. Avoiding cleaning the house. Avoiding. What does that say about your battery? Again, if you ever need help, this guy is fucking outstanding. Came recommended from a bunch of friends. I wouldn't say he's Randy Howe by any means as a trading coach, but I think, again, I like the idea and thought about this, someone to challenge you mentally as a life coach, meaning like not a therapist who sits there and lets you talk about your problems. Like, hey, let's talk about my goals and how to get there. How can I be better? What am I seeing and what am I not seeing? Because right now, if you walk into my office, you see my 135 board. It's my goals, my goal, 3 priorities, and then 5 action plans for each priority to hit my goals. Every day I look at it, I'm like, I have no fucking energy to touch this. None. Like, I am so drained from trading, marriage stuff, working on myself, coaching, real estate, the market, trading, everything. I can't even look at this list and feel like I can give an ounce of effort to it. And he said, that's the mirror, bud. He's like, you're burned out. He was like, what would happen if you took 2 or 3 days to go snowboarding? I was like, I'd come back and I'd be recharged and I'd look at that list and I'd fucking knock it out in an hour. And he's like, exactly. So, take note of this. If you've listened this far, check in with yourself. Is your battery drained? Does trading get harder when your battery's drained? I mean, I already knew this, but it's glad to hear it again. Does decision making get really difficult and you become more avoidant when your battery's drained? How do you know if your battery's drained, right? Like, do you have an iPhone charger? Can you look at it? Do you have the ability to catch your own self noticing, like, avoiding or overacting in other situations? Like, what is your coping mechanism? Some people it's food, right? Some people it's like the people pleasers. So it's like, well, I'll focus on everyone but myself. They'll ignore their purposes, goals, and needs. Does this make sense? Again, life coaching. If we want recommendation, this guy's the shit. Again, I've never been big into it, but I've seen him transform some people from mediocre, good, to amazing, happy. Again, I can't do that for everybody. I've tried to help a lot of folks, but you know how they say it's easier to help others than to help yourself. Well, why would I not invest in my own self at times? Because that's what I've realized. And again, for $150 for an hour session to walk through my day, my brain, my understanding to better myself, and someone who actually knows how to correct and help people. Wow. Talk about life-changing. I've been doing it for a couple weeks now, and it's like, man, you can only get deeper into it once you become more aware of what's going on. And it's like, yeah, I think my battery's a little drained. I love this. I like talking here and helping folks, but there's times I feel like everybody, maybe even the Discord room, some of y'all are drained, just like, man, this has been a brutal market. Yep, it has. And it's done a really good job. And Eric, you might remember this, and some of you guys, the market creates what's called trader's fatigue, right? It gets you to give up when things are about to turn. How many of us have taken that intuition, that feeling, and gone, the market really doesn't want me to go short here. It feels like I can't win. There's no way it can go higher, goes higher. Look at this whole year, right? Chop, down, chop, 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 big run, chop, 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 rally back to the high. Who knows what's next? Again, I mean, I honestly think that we're about to get slaughtered. Maybe it doesn't come until maybe next year, but we have a down move coming. Maybe some chop, end of year, like choppiness. Maybe. Over the holidays, maybe get the pullback and get the Santa rally. Everyone gets all excited. Woohoo! Santa Claus is coming to town. Maybe he doesn't. I've seen him not come to town. I've seen it been ugly as fuck. Excuse my language. So, if you're in that position, take a check on yourself. And that's where if I stop out, I go, all right, what is the best idea here now? Is it to put a lot of pressure on short-term stuff, or should I just give myself time and step back? That's why I went to the gym this morning. I'm like, all right, I got some positions, I got some time. Do I want to sit around and watch this? Because my battery is already drained. This has been frustrating as shit. Friday's move was an absolute mind fuck. Like in the sense of like, oh, come on, man. Are you serious? We're going to rally this shit. And then I look at the evidence this morning. I go, it's clear as day. It's a pro gap down. I don't know where we closed today, but I feel pretty good about my positions if I zoom out a week, a month. Again, give it some time, right? Why do I want to invest my battery in trying to overtrade this? Now, I know I saw some people who trading around it. If your battery's fresh, you go right ahead. Think Momo took some profit on Microsoft? Okay, cool. Cool. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But I'm trying to figure out what's the best trade for my battery at this point. And the best way to refresh my battery is sometimes to just step out. Watching this shit, watching this action, like I can feel my neck tightening. You ever feel that? Like, I don't know what part of your body, but for me, it's a trap. It's one of my traps. It's usually the left or the right trap. Just balls up. And it's like next thing you know, my neck is kind of cricking. And I'm like, clearly that's carrying the weight. It's like, okay. Again, this is where you are your own therapist. And how many, like, just cognitive your own choices. You cannot be unconscious in trading. That's the bottom line. Don't be unconscious. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Again, I'm trying to bring the mental side of this to trading because I think a lot of people want to talk about technicals all the time and how simple trading is. And it's like if you read Livermore's book, it might be the most brutally honest book of all time about trading and the operators. The game's meant to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people. So when you read about mostly people how they just only win or how easy it is or MACD or RSI or whatever the fuck is the flavor of the day, Bollinger Bands, but flavor of the decade, Ichi Clouds, right? VWAPs, whatever it is, flavor of the day, it changes. And the market adapts because it's going to try to use what's knowledge, what's obvious to take money from everybody. It always is, always will be. That's why you, me, and everybody who's involved, I appreciate you guys because, again, we don't have to agree. But we need to be honest and be evidence-based. And, again, we can see things differently. That's not a problem. Like, if you ever see me frustrated and mad and my battery's drained, that probably means we're at a fucking extreme point. That's what I've always noticed. I don't know if he's around K-Pod. He used to literally be like, Dan, tell me when you're frustrated with, or he's not frustrated. He's like, tell me when you think the market is like stupid. It doesn't make sense and you're frustrated. I guess frustrated is part of it. He's like, then I'll get in. I was like, you could probably make a lot of money just doing that. Because as somebody who's seasoned, it's like, I'm the last person that gets frustrated. That must be the fucking extreme. Excuse my language. Yeah, I used to buy my stops. That was the joke. I'd stop out and he'd buy my shares. I'd be like, good one. And again, I can be honest about that. Like, that's like, if you see me frustrated and my battery's drained, the market has done its fucking job. Because I'm the last person. Like, I've seen everything, right? I've been doing this for fucking way too long. When it does things like that, you know the market's got everyone. Again, bears are gone. We're at April 2009 bullishness. I haven't seen this in 20. Do the math, right? 14 years. Could we go to an all-time high or low of that? I don't know. I guess it's always possible. See how the week goes. Y'all get you feel what I'm saying? Does it make sense? My battery got drained by Friday's action. It fucking made me book a snowboarding trip. Steamboat. I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Not till 2 weeks from now, though. But this is what I thought myself. Like, whatever you're doing, obviously define your risk, but give yourself time and grace, brother. I'm talking to myself. Again, this is my life coach helping me this. Again, I don't call him like a life coach. I think I'm more like a optimization coach. Like, think of it like, if I'm a computer, I need a defrag and I need to clean out the trash bin and run the freaking Norton antivirus in my own head. Okay, let's clear out the trash, run the antivirus, make sure you're not sick, right? You gotta, got something that's bothering you. And let's defrag, right? Let's clear the mine. Let's clear out all the trash fragments. I guess that's kind of the same as clearing out the trash, but more like, let's get your brain organized. Maybe that's the best way to do it. Again, if you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, please feel free to interrupt. I know some of you guys are typing in some things here and there, but this is hard. If anyone told you trading was easy, they were lying. Yeah, I can appreciate a good defrag refresh. Yeah. I mean, Jay, if you're listening to this, I mean, I think you and I probably hit the mental stop last week. We're like, what the fuck? And it's hard for guys who've been around, who've done this long enough to get like that. And when they do, it's usually way more, what's the best word? Like it's literally the peak, and it can be a V. Like I was watching gold. I mean, for example, just like, really? They're really going to break it out? Like, get the fuck out of it. God, I gotta stop cussing. I'm like, really? We're breaking out? Like, get out of here. Like, the Feds have to pull the liquidity. The Feds got to pull liquidity. They cannot let inflation ramp back up. Nobody's going to buy our bonds, and they don't want higher interest rates. Let's be very succinct. Let's be honest here. They do not, by any means, want that. They need lower interest rates. All these banks are holding on to trash. At some point, they're going to have to bail them out. They need interest rates down to borrow money. Yeah, it is nice volume on that. Bitcoin breaking out. Like, get it, I guess. But is it going to hold? Is it? Good question. Again, I don't know, but I don't trust it. Oh, the market's going to break. Oh, you sure about that? Okay, we'll see. I mean, I could rally for the new month, new money, I guess. I mean, that's a pretty big gap down. We'll see. I mean, I love the gaps and traps. The gaps and traps at extremes. Professional versus novice gaps. Whew. All right, I am cooked. Any thoughts, questions, concerns? Anybody have any plans to go snowboarding or skiing this year? If you're coming to Colorado, maybe Salt Lake, even Idaho, Jackson Hole, want to meet up? You know who I'm talking to. Could always do a day on the mountain. Yeah. This is interesting action. We'll see how it plays out. Again, let's just put this little arrow here. Blow off. Gap and trap. See how it plays out. Because I doubt, I would be mind boggled if they somehow could pull this back to 459 by the close. Like, that would be like, holy crap. Because if they don't, then I think it's pretty obvious. Going to make it to the west, see the kids. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is your, are they still in Utah? Yeah. Wow. Insiders sold another 370,000 shares of NVIDIA. What do they know? What do they know? Right? One still at university and the other graduated, man, got a job. What? One of them already graduated? Are you fucking kidding? Wow, man, time is flying. Time is flying, y'all. Holy shiznit. One more in New Jersey, one more in NDAQ. Yeah, time is flying. Exhibit. U.S. is near extreme peaks versus global equities, well exceeding the 60s. I mean, this is an interesting chart. Again, I don't know. U.S. is near extreme peaks versus global, well exceeding the 60, 70, Nifty 50 in 2000 tech bubble. One standard deviation? Oh, Jesus. So what standard deviation? Oh, God. Wow, 2 in college. Man, getting old. This is interesting, y'all. Again, there is some stuff out there that is just absolutely mind-boggling. Like, how does Florida State not get in the playoff? That's screwed up. They went undefeated. Alabama lost to Texas. Wasn't even the conference champ. Or I guess they were the conference champs, but whatever. Why are we not refreshing? All right, get out of here then. You're fired. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Yeah, well, again, I mean, everyone has a meltdown. If you're not trading enough, it's like playing poker. Everyone goes on tilt at some point. If you're trading enough, you will get meltdown mentally. You never know when something might be the 3 standard deviation. No, doesn't make sense. I remember talking to real estate agents and people in finance about this move in bonds. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Like, nobody saw this coming. I was like, the odds of this when they said it was coming, like in 2021, the odds of bonds getting absolutely slaughtered like that was like 0.01. It was like I don't know. I don't even know what the standard deviation outcome differential was, but it was like nobody saw that coming. So again, now that we rally, could we get crushed? I mean, this would be kind of crazy. So I don't know. I don't trust bonds at all. Again, but we were overdue to bounce. We talked about the highest volumes in history down here. Again, unless the market gets crushed and inflation comes down, like gold gets smoked, tech gets smoked, retailers, everybody gets smoked, and they're starting to look for places to hide, dollar, bonds, which feels like is coming potentially. But what if stocks and bonds get crushed? That's where it gets crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Kick the can. I mean, when's the next budget? Didn't they kick the can down the road until next year or until December? I mean, there's so much can kicking that I don't even know now when the next budget. Like, will they ever pass a legitimate budget, or they just continue to kick omnibus, delay, figure it out later trades? You guys know what I'm saying. All right. I'm going to head out. Man, 48 minutes. Hopefully this isn't too long. It's been helpful. No, they'll keep kicking. Yeah, I mean, kicking. I mean, basically like Pele. Bend it like Beckham. Bending the budget like Beckham. Never ends, y'all. All right. I appreciate you guys. Love all the feedback. Again, working on the website. The guy who was working on it got that new pneumonia or whatever going, the China virus, the next China 2.0 virus. He had to, he's not doing well. So website update, maybe it'll be a couple weeks. We'll see. I'm hoping not. I got to integrate a bunch of it and help out, but working on that. Again, if you got any questions, Coulling, you're dealing with real estate. I tell this to people all the time. If I'm offering to help you, I'm offering to help. Let me know. Don't be shy. If you think you're alone on this, anything. I mean, how many times have I answered the phone or called some people here? And again, if I haven't called you in a while, I'm busy. Well, guess what? Text me. If it's important, you need a chat, you want something get off your chest, you want to ask a question. Again, have no ego. Ask. I promise you. I mean, I promise everybody who knows me. If I don't answer the phone or answer your direct message immediately, I will respond shortly as soon as I can. Y'all know that about me. And unfortunately, I'm busy at times, and sometimes I'm not. And so you have better opportunities. But don't be scared. There's no reason. If you have a question, thoughts, concerns, you've donated before, you're involved in the channel, been around, I don't care. You have a question? Family. We're family here. Holler. Talk to y'all later. Peace.